喂，测试，喂，测试声音，测试声音，测试声音，喂，1 2 3 4，1 2 3 4，测试声音，喂，测试声音，喂，1 2 3 4，1 2 3 4，1 2 3 4，测试声音，喂，测试啊。
Let me share my screen. Okay. Okay, let's get started. Interact me to ask me any question. I'm very happy to answer per your, yeah. Place and the West Coast actually is not very a good signal for our community growth because these days very few people are still growing very fast. So our patch yeah, so our patch number growing from 16,000 to the 21,000. So it's since monthly 30% growth. So actually we have more and more libraries. Uh, and then in my opinion, I think we are doing well to find some killer use case for MoonBit. So the one thing I'm very excited about is make MoonBit used in the agents. So these days agents are very powerful because agent can write the one time shell script or Python and then run the code. I think Moonbit is a very good to use in this case is a first because Moonbit is a primary optimized for the WebAssembly. So we have the sandbox by default, and we can provide a very fine-grained permission model. So we are working on that. So we can give you a YAML file, then you can check the WebAssembly to make sure it doesn't have the network request or file access. We can give you a very fine-grained permission model, and unlike the native the sandbox provided by the operating system. For example, if you use the exec sandbox, then you can have to give the whole shell script a single permission. Then if you need to whitelist some command like the git, right? If you want to whitelist some command, and then the shell script will still block you access because it have very coarse-grained permission model, and even better because if you in your movie the script, so if when you call another process, which happens to be written by Moonbit, then the sub process will inherit the policy. So if all your process is written in Moonbit, then you get all your sub process be sandboxed by and it feels much safer. This is safety is one. I think the other is the cross-platform because now, for example, if you use our Office library, then you get the cross-platform distribution. It's really easy to distribute the Moonbit code, and I think this is Moonbit is quite unique in this position because Moonbit compiles really fast. For example, Rust can also be compiled to WebAssembly, right? But you don't want to use the Rust in the agent automation because it compiles really slow. And because Moonbit actually is a very good glue language, in my opinion, for the website for the agent. We have the native JSON support and AWT style stream processing. So we have native JSON for processing to the stream processing very easy, and because we compare very fast, so we give you in our experiment, it only takes us 300 milliseconds, but it's not optimized, so you can make it even better. So the comparing time is really minimal. And actually, we did an experiment. So in our Sigmund agent, we replaced the shell tool core with the MBTX called MBTX is a Moonbit screen mode, and it works really well. So the agent, the DeepSeek Flash, agent can generate the correct Moonbit code and do all the automation using Moonbit by itself. So we didn't see any significant regression. So it works really well. So this is something we are very excited about this. And to push it further, so we are working on the dynamic workflows. So basically, you have a workflow library, then you ask the agent to write the workflow, small script using our workflow library, and then you can orchestrate a very complex workflow. So this is a work in progress, and I think it's pretty cool to see the idea work out. Yeah, so this is something I'm really excited about this. Another thing is we actually the Moon desktop, we are working on a cross-platform UI framework, so it's making a steady progress. We use the cross-platform desktop UI to uh, to develop our Sigmoon. The AD, we think it's not ID, it's AD, it's the agent development environment. And based on my daily experience, I'm already using the Sigmoon as my major development tool for MoonBit. So it has all the good stuff of MoonBit. So you have the MoonBit agent, and unlike Codex, the GUI, because if you use Codex as your agent, then we read the code of MoonBit just plain text. But when you use the Sigmoon, you have the agent at hand, and then you can still have the auto completion, go to depth, find a reference, all the semantic tooling at hand. And we improve the diff view. So we provide different views for diffing, and we have the ASD based graph. So we give you the full working environment to use both the agent to edit the code, and at the same time you can use the all the semantic tooling for to understand your code. I think the different from the VS Code is we don't support the editing. So all your editing is done by the agent. So this simplify all the ADE develop a lot, but it give you instead it give you a lot of the semantic the understanding easier. So it's open source. It's on GitHub. I use it day with the deep flash and high sync, and I think it's good enough to do some boring work. So you are welcome to use it, and if you have any feedback, I'm very happy to hear your use. Yeah. So this is something I'm very happy to share. And in the coming, we are going to have some one minor feature. It's called a try catch. Currently, if you have some error, you can only try catch each branch, but you cannot say, "Oh, I only want to try catch a single sub error type," right? So this is a missing feature we added. You can try catch sub error. So in this case, this minor feature is useful because in most cases, for some package, I declare error type and then abstract type. Then just I can just try catch this single error type. I don't need to care about the variant of the sub error. So this is one minor feature we are going to ship in next release. And another thing I want to share with you is we are going to last Mastodon cache. We found the cancellation. There's some design problem because this already exists in the Kotlin and Swift. So MoonBit is similar to the Kotlin or Swift. We have the structure concurrency, which is good because it's easy make to your async operation easy to cancel. But there's a catch up because in the Kotlin or Swift you can catch the cancellation is just an exception. So you can just catch the cancellation. So if you write code something like the catch all, so you want to catch anything, then you will catch the cancellation. So it's very hard to reason about the catch all semantics. So we are going to improve this thing. So we are going to have the async and a function, async and fn hello, and then we have a no cancel. So we have to the different different effects here. So by default, async function is just cancelable. By default, you don't need to do anything. Tag, yeah. But you can make the no cancel as a explicit effect. In this case, the async operation will not be cancelable. So in this and with the help of this, we can have the so in this case we can just try blah blah cache. And in this case, the cache will not cache the cancellation. So this is what you want, and yeah. So this simplify the cancellation, and we add another primitive called error def, error defer. So error defer for the resource cleanup. So you don't need to write try cache for the when when the execution has an error, so can you just use the error defer? I think it's called error defer. Escape. So this is a breaking change, but it's breaking in a subtle way. So actually, it maybe will fix your bug because when you try to cache all, in a large case, you don't want to cache the cancellation. So yeah, with this, I think the stereo concurrency has a very good story. In my opinion, is better than the Kotlin or Switch because the cache cancellation is really easy to make a mistake. I think it's good. The other thing as I mentioned in the last monthly the meetup is the split behavior for the implements. We need to we call it public extend, right? We if you public extend. So previously, when you implement a trade for type, the trade method will be promoted to the type method by default. But we migrate to the ask the user to write a explicit behavior. So if you really want to make the trade method as a type method, you have to declare the public stand. So we have the warning for a while, but it's only turned on for the nightly compiler, but it's not turned on for the stable release. We're going to turn on the warning for the you can also turn it on by default. This called implement implicit impel as method. So yeah, so if you don't want to promote, you can just add a deprecated. Then you downstream user will not use this. And you don't want to touch your MBTI, you can just don't hide them. So this is not ideal, but we have to make the migration before the 1.0. Yes, so this two major Brownian changes. Well, the first, I think, is a good one for the cancellation of the effect. The second is to make it more explicit behavior. That's pretty much the thing. And for our roadmap to 1.0, as I shared with you progress. So if everything goes well, we're going to have a company by the end of this month to make the movie more sustainable in the future. So yeah, so this month we probably either this month or next month we're going to have a company to promote the movie. And because there's a last we have a last 22nd, so this is our idea yearly conference. So we are going to announce the formal 1.0 release in the November 22nd. Yes, we. I know it maybe will disappoint you a little bit because it's still 2 months away. But the good design takes some time, so I hope you can be a little patient. So we will. We're ready. Yeah. Oh, all right. Oh, yeah. It's a good. It's a happy coincidence. Yeah, yeah. So I think really Moonbit has nailed the use case for agents because it gives you a safe sandbox and fast compilation. Uh, yeah, yeah, cool. Any question? I'm very happy to take if you have any question for all the Moonbit.
Yeah, question. For the November, that means that you open source the compiler, right?
The current that thing we want to rewrite the Occam compiler in the Moonbit. So we discussed before is for the first we don't want to monetize the for the movie users. If you use the movie, I mean, it's never in our interest to charge the movie users for any movie libraries. Actually, we share with another company for the movie compiler source code because we don't really and very small amount of money, only $1,000. Uh, but we want to discuss with the user because we for the benefit of the community, we want the both the code developers and the users can benefit a healthy community growth, right? So if we I think 99% of the movie libraries and almost all the libraries are open source. Only thing it's not open source is the compiler and the SP. The thing is, prior to AI, if you can have a license to enforce, I think you have a GPO license to ensure every cloud vendors to follow license. But there's a risk now because the AI is super powerful. So if we make the compiler source available, then someone just can use AI to copy all your work. Those I think it's called something like the clean room rewrite. So yeah, I want to check. I want to also. I think I want to be honest to discuss with the committee. Is if we give away the source code, then basically we give the everything. So then this is not beneficial for the committee. In my opinion, it's not beneficial for the committee as a whole because there's no way to fund the team. There's no way to fund the team to maintain it long term because take the Python, right? Take the Python Foundation for example. They only for a language as popular as Python, they can only raise $2 million a year for the Python development. So for MoonBit is tiny compared to Python, but so yeah, I also want to check with the committee because I think that it's good for the committee, for both the core develop team and the committee, to both benefit from the growth of the ecosystem, right? So we cannot if we, the thing is we if we so yeah, I think we can give away the source code if you as a company, if you are okay to not have some agreement not to use like we did with we so our yeah so not to do the like cloud business. So we want to we are working on to make the so for first we want to monetize not charge the user but monetize for the deployment like we're working on some the work family deployment. But the thing is yeah we need a way to prevent large cloud vendors to compete with us. Like for example, Amazon or Alibaba, or so we need a way to protect us from the like a hostile takeover by the large company. But this is you can use to you can before the AI you can use a GPU license to prevent the cloud company like to steal your work, right? But this days the because of the AI, so basically can so yeah so we are not sure about this. Yeah, yeah. I need to be honest. Is my explanation clear?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just on my side, there's a chance that I will be like able to fund the work on MoonBit because I have built a genuine autonomous system with MoonBit, and it's pretty like the language you made is pretty impressive.
They used to be, but there used to be a database company. They signed with us the agreement, so we only charge the $1,000 per year. They can get all large companies.
I have specs being written, and then I have specs being executed, and they're executed to such an insane precision with now this claim. Uh, Basically, a claim looks like this. It's something that effectively you hash the body of the function to the claim, and it gives you hash the body of the function to the claim, and it gives you bias about the compiler is that if it can do this on top of code like it has. Uh, because you have zero cost FFI with C, it knows when to use C, when to use MoonBit. It mostly writes in MoonBit, but like the yeah, like what I'm trying to do now is incremental builds. So I want any change that happens, even as I do a native compile, to be instant with like nicks and stuff like this. And right now it's not the case. Like I might try and because I'm doing native builds everywhere, and I don't know what the cost is. Like I'm trying to just cut the cost. I think it's LLVM somewhere down or like C line most likely. But yeah, like the compiler is fascinating because like I feel like you can do a lot once you point AI at it. And once you write code in a very specific way, you get Unison, the language, where they hash the AST of the language. Like for me, the way I think about code now is Nix plus Unison plus this label thing, and plus MoonBit as a kind of a foundation for any kind of compute. Like I'm thinking compute is effectively just hashes with labels in them. Like AI is literally just traversing different hashes with labels, and those hashes compose with some kind of rules like category feed or something, and that's how you create computation. Like that's the end. That's how I see it at least. I don't know if that's the case.
Okay. Yeah, just to be clear, only concern is how to prevent the large companies hostile takeover of our IP. That's the hard to do anything. So yeah, that's why we are working on the set up company. Yeah.
By
So
the way, Bob, can you share the doc? Because I came in late, like
oh,
yeah,
oh, you mean the link? Yeah, yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
the Google Doc, yeah, just so I can share.
Uh, I'm not uh, how do I post it? So yeah, I'll share the link later. Anyway, I DM to you. So you sorry, I made a mistake to display on the Google link. So yeah, you any other question? Otherwise, I can any other question? Otherwise, I will go a quick update on the last monthly release. Cool. So yeah, you're welcome to ask me any other question. I will go a quick overview of the last monthly release. So the first is a small release. It's a tiny fix. So you can have a pattern match. You can have an all pattern, and you can have so for some other pattern which miss the bindings, you can have a non X.
You're not sharing the screen. Are you sharing the
Oh,
screen? Are you
sorry. Yeah.
sharing?
Okay. Yeah. I'm sharing the screen. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. You can see my screen, right? Cool. So yeah, so this the first one is a new feature. So you can do a more powerful pattern match with screen. And the other is we because of the another cool this second is exciting. We have adding the SMD support to the movie language. So we have so you can even pattern match of the SMD the value type, and you can write the declarative style code and get the SMD acceleration. The last one, the second one is the Lex scan. So is what I just mentioned, the AWK style stream processing. You can Lex scan a lot of the redress patterns. You can scan a lot of redress pattern and do the pattern mesh. So it makes Mumi a very good language to do the stream processing. Yeah. So this is the inspired by AWK. And it support the async I/O. So it's not just stream processing. You can do the async the I/O style processing. The first one is I said error defer. So this help you to do the resource cleanup. So you don't need to do try catch anymore. Just the error defer, and then the resource will be cleaned up when there's an error. So this is borrowed from the Zig language. Yeah. So I hope you like. Yeah, so we also relax the defer and the error defer to allow the raise and async effect. Previously, you can only have the synchronous cleanup, but now you can have a more liberal style resource cleanup. And yeah, so as we said, we are going to add the cancellation as a first class effect. So we add a migration warning. You can just use the error defer for the resource cleanup. Yeah, so the next one is a guard. Guard, previous guard is this is dangerous because if the guard is not matched, then you have a bot. So it's dangerous. So we ask you to write a else. Guard is else. And if we know the guard is exhaustive, then there's no such warning. So give you a more explicit style. Yeah, so this another is we added tiny features called labeled block. So this is useful because when you need to do some code generation, you need a labeled block. And we are more explicit. When you insert a labeled block, you have to write a break with a label. So this is unlike C and C++. When you use C++, you can break by explicit. Now you can need to get more explicit. You need to have a label name for this one. And then we add a new reserved word called no cancel. This is as I said, we are going to have a cancel and no cancel as the first class effect. So we have a pre-reserved word for you. And the next one is a tiny bug fix. We make sure the warnings now work on the syntax warnings. And the next, the tool tree is we have the default target Watson. So I'm really excited about the movie Watson. Previously, Wasm you can only do computation, right? Because the Wasm doesn't have the impulse. Now, almost all the mobile pure mobile software can be running on the Wasm backend, even if you use the async, use the I/O stuff, use the watcher. So all your movie, the pure movie library, can be compiled to Wasm backend and then running cross-platform. That's why we're excited about this. So, for example, our Office, you don't need to make any modification to the code and just distribute a Wasm library and then move on. The Wasm, it works on Windows and Linux and Mac OS. So we treat the WebAssembly as a portable instruction set. So it's more like the so you get, I mean it's like more like a low level portable instruction set to make sure your library can be running there. We did some that's very so you can use the MoonX. I'm not sure if you heard of MoonX. So if you publish your library to mooncase.io, you can just use MoonX to run all the software using MoonBit with the Awesome and the Sandbox. And we have some improvement of the Moonproof to make sure it works out of the box. And we will continue to improve the proof once we reach 1.0. So that's the yeah. And with the MoonX, I hope you like MoonX. So for any package, when you publish to the mooncase.io, you get the MoonX. We will build the WebAssembly for you. So actually, don't there's no yes. Sigmoon is just OpenSig. Yes. So to answer the question, Sigmoon is I think it's ready to use for Mac. So we are still working on the Windows is coming. Windows support is on the roadmap. So it's ready to use for Mac, but the Windows support is also is on the roadmap. So I think we have we have a installation. Usually, it is supposed to work, but we didn't test it heavily. So if we will we will support it well, but need more test. We support to. So because the GUI is based on the CEF, the Chrome embedded framework, so it's supposed to work on the. It's not a web view. It's not a web view, so it should be work. But we need more testing. So MoonX. So for example, MoonX is really powerful. If, for example, you do MoonX pop-down scheme, you get a. The OpenSig is an agent. So OpenSig let me go back to the OpenSig is an agent development environment. It has the I think. So OpenSig is a agent development environment. So it's a development environment made for the agent. So it has the a MoonBit built-in agent with built-in knowledge in MoonBit, and it has a IDE. It gives you a semantic navigation. For example, you got go to definition, find the reference, and diff, and the ASCII-based grep, all in MoonBit. So and the whole tool chain is also built in MoonBit. So it gives you both the convenience of the codecs and the VS Code. So you don't need to switch the context. I think we have a So it's basically a very high vertical integrated tool chain for the MoonBit. Is it clear?
Is the IDE open source or no?
The open source, fully open source, and then on GitHub. On GitHub. It's called OpenSig. You can just it's on GitHub. So any other question? Otherwise, I can continue. So the MoonX is really like it. So it's very easy to distribute the software. The next one is MoonIgnore. It's give you a it's a manual feature to help you to publish the MoonBit patches. And the next one is a tiny bug fix because for some operating system it's case insensitive. You will fix the bug. Another cool stuff is we add a quick check in the standard library. So this is because the most libraries are generated by AI, right? So you can have the more confidence in your AI generated code. You can use the I just give the AI, oh, we have picture in the standard library, so use picture to write some spec test. Then AI will find some bugs for you, and then you can fix the bugs. So help like actually is used in our core library. We find a lot of bugs using the quick check. Yeah, so I hope this is very useful. And because diff is very important these days, we also add a built-in diff package for you. You have patient diff, have the some diff, and for our Sigmund, the diff visualizer also use the diff package. And the last bar package is for all the last mesh support. It's give you a better AWK style stream processing. Yeah. Uh, and we have some migration from the immutable array to the immutable vector. I think the immutable array is a long deprecated for a while. Yeah, and we deprecate to IPR and use the capital IPR for the debugging visualization. Yeah, so the MoonBit async has a lot of the deprecations, but before 1.0, we'll move the MoonBit async to the core library. So you don't need the MoonBit async in the one after 1.0. You have all the IO stuff in the core library, so it makes it even better for the for scripting, for writing code. Yeah, so you don't need another dependency. Eventually, it will be subsumed into the core library. Yeah, so we have a lot of the yeah. I think we really need to provide the out of box experience, user experience for the users. Yeah, so we have a lot of challenges for the async. And the cool thing is that all the async work on the WebAssembly, so it's a cross platform. Yeah, X we have some improvements. So that's pretty much the last month release. So we are also going to have a one month release this month, and probably one next month. So we will make the 1.0 release in November 22nd. So that's I'm happy to take any question or if you have any question for the how we set up the company. Anyway, any question, I'm very happy to take.
Are you still using mostly DeepSeek for your agents?
Oh, yeah. The thing is, DeepSeek is. So what's your question? Can you ask again? Sorry.
You mostly use DeepSeek, right, for your agents? And I
Yeah.
noticed like Fable in your comments. So like, do you do spec-driven development or?
Oh, so to use the to answer the question, because the Fable is very expensive for the API usage. You can only Fable is only affordable for the subscription, right?
Yeah, subscription. Yeah, subscription is okay.
Yeah, but you violate the policy if you use the in the API because you can only use Fable with the subscription. Otherwise, it's not affordable. So actually I tried the. I think the DeepSeek is only affordable API usage for us. I tried the GOM and Kimi, and the service is not reliable. Yeah, I think the DeepSeek Flash is affordable to use the API pricing, not the subscription. So yeah, the Moon ID, yes, Moon ID, yes. So Moon ID is yes. Moon ID is on Proton. Yeah. So that's to answer the question. Yeah, and then I see another question is the zero run. So actually the zero run, I want to share with you that I think the zero run, the MoonBit had a very similar ideas with the zero run, but the difference in my opinion is execution. So I have a look at zero run. It's mostly wide. I don't think it's so far it's not really a serious piece of work, in my opinion. Yeah, but the idea is the same. That we want to make sure MoonBit is a language to be used by agents. But based on my observation, I don't think zero run is a serious piece of work. Yeah. So are we really passing the semantic info to the yes? Yes. So the cool thing is you use the Sigmund IDE, you have all the so you can do the AST. Yes, also on the roadmap. So we are going to pass the semantic information to the agent. Yeah, that's the plan. is partially done, but not fully done. Yeah. Yes, it improved the caching. So it has I believe it has 99% cache hit. So it is so DeepSeek model is really cheap to use. That's 99% cache rate. Yeah, yeah. Any other question? So Michelle, after due to the build cache, but so far actually we have a lot of the improvement. For example, we just call the mooncheck also is we actually we improved the mooncheck. So far the mooncheck is really fast on. So we'll see if we hit the bottleneck. So we'll see if the mooncheck is a bottleneck. If we do have a bottleneck, then we try to improve the compilation performance. But so far we don't see the bottleneck. Yeah, but it's a nice problem to have. We will have such a large scale project. Yeah, but so far it's not a bottleneck yet. Yeah, we actually we support the DeepSeek, which is Kimi and GLM. We support all three, but based on my user experience, DeepSeek is still the best. DeepSeek is Flash. We support the DeepSeek Kimi and GLM, but based on my user experience, the DeepSeek Flash is the best model. Best. It's really fast and it works very well with MoonBit. Yeah. So we have the DeepSeek Kimi and yeah. So that's the yeah. So if I have any other suggestion, I'm very happy to support. We try to, but the thing is, that first, to be honest, the Fable is not allowed to be legally used by us. So actually, it's not accessible to us. Like all the cloud, I believe all the cloud models and the OpenAI models actually is not legally. This is number one reason we cannot really legally have access to the OpenAI models and the cloud models. The other is too expensive. I mean, it's not affordable. Yeah, that's the main thing. Cool. I'm very happy to have you. Yeah. So, any other question? Cool. Thank you very much. I think the movie is really moving very fast, and we are very excited about the 1.0 release. And we believe we found the clear use case of the MoonBit, and I will see you in a month. In a month. I'm really happy. I really appreciate your participation in the community, and we'll check with you in a few weeks. Have a good day.